Welcome to the House. It is Nick. It is Jack. It is Connor. Stranded might be up. I don't know because apparently an MP3 file is not an audio file. So if you're waiting on Stranded, we're sorry. Week 3 already, boys.
It's almost like it's been 2 weeks.
Yes, it's almost like 2 weeks. It's been eventful though.
I think I said that last time.
Last week, Jack O'Brien won the week. He did. Nothing.
No,
He went 11-5. 11-5 went Jack O'Brien.
It's good to be
Gotta love that.
It's good to be at the top.
I went 10-6 and got my first point of the season. Jackson first with 3.5, Connor's in second with 1.5, and I'm in last with 1 point. And Connor went 9-7 in week 2. Big drop off from the 11-4-1 he went week 1. Our records through 2 weeks of the NFL season. Me and Connor are both 20-11-1. Jack is 22-9-1. So we're all chasing Jack, but we both have hands that work and he doesn't. So
that's a low blow.
You know,
that's a low blow.
It's obvious the talent's not there, so we have to resort to the psychological game.
Unbelievable.
It's pretty obvious. Week 3 coming up.
You really feel cheated when your colleagues start ganging up on you because you're disabled.
Week 3.
What kind of dog shit America do we live in?
Week 3 coming up. We'll start with the Thursday night game, Titans at Jaguars. Guys, who do you have?
Titans.
Titans.
Got a lot of problems in Jacksonville locker room as of now, and from what I can concur from some videos that surfaced over the weekend. So,
Won't be Jalen Ramsey's last game as a Jaguar. They're saying he won't get traded till afterwards.
He is playing, I know that.
if he plays, yes.
I'm going to go with yes as well.
All right.
I think so.
Hard-hitting game here. Bengals-Bills. I'm going to take the Bills.
I will also take Buffalo because I believe in one thing, and that one thing is Josh Allen overthrowing his receivers. But he is good. He's a big, mobile guy. Hopefully he hurdles someone again because
That was pretty cool.
I think he's done that.
That was pretty cool.
I think he's done that like 3 or 4 times. I want someone to keep track of that. I might.
I tried to go with the Bengals last week, but this week I'm going to go with them again.
Oh.
You are going to go with them again.
There it is. Against the grain.
Switching things
Against
up
the
against the
grain.
grain.
Lions versus Eagles. I will take the Eagles.
Well, here, this is weird because, like, I feel like Carson Wentz isn't 100%. I feel like if he gets hit pretty hard this game, he might go out of the game. And I don't know how much effect that'll have on them, but did see something earlier to start Alshon Jeffrey because this is the Lions we're talking about here. So I'm going to take Philly. Something I'm not going to do a lot later on. But I'm going to take Philly for this one. Hopefully Carson survives.
The Lions surprised me last week, but this time I'm going with Philadelphia.
All of our picks, not the same for once through 3 weeks. Also, we have not gotten a Thursday night game right thus far. We all picked Cleveland week 1, or who played week 1? We all picked Chicago week 1. We all picked Carolina week 2. Can we change something on the Thursday night game? Find out.
Find out on Thursday.
Here is perhaps the toughest game of the week, Jets and Patriots.
Oh my gosh. That damn mono. Patriots.
I had the Patriots as well.
Can we just like skip over the New England game for the next couple of weeks? Because we know who's winning.
But you can't skip over this game, Raiders and Vikings.
Ooh. Well, you've got the Vikings as 8-point favorites, which is kind of, I'm not discrediting Oakland, but you could probably bump that up to around 10 maybe.
I think it's at Minnesota. I'm taking the Vikings.
I'm taking the Vikings as well.
I'm going with the Vikings as well. I think that they fix up their problems on offense and
Hopefully.
keep going, hopefully.
Hopefully Kirk can get Steph on the ball a little more.
Here's a fun game. We have the Ravens taking on the Chiefs.
Ooh.
This is a very interesting game.
Just for the sake of
TV.
Lamar Jackson continuing this tear he's been on, I'm gonna say Baltimore. Hand Kansas City an early loss. Because that defense needs work. Lamar Jackson's been tearing up secondaries with his feet and with his arms. Well, one arm, but
See what I did there?
2 low blows. 2. That's 2 thus far,
Call me
shooter.
Ric Flair. Connor, go ahead.
I'm going to agree with Jack on this one. I'm going with Baltimore. I think they get to
Yeah.
Kansas City's defense secondary and hand them a loss.
Well,
Birds.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs
Blackbirds.
for the sole purpose of I think the Chiefs are better. And I think it's a shootout, but I think they score more in that shootout. Over 80 points scored in this game. Not a doubt in my mind.
Which is weird because the over's only 54.
Falcons versus
Hammer that over. If you're a betting man.
Falcons
Hammer.
versus Colts. I'm going to take the Falcons.
I'm gonna take the Colts.
Okay, bold guy.
I'm gonna take the Colts.
Pretty bold.
It is bold.
You like being that bold?
The Colts are favored by 2 points.
It's bold.
Colts are the favorite.
It's bold.
Just saying.
You're bold.
Falcons escaped last week, just barely. I'm gonna go with the Colts in this one.
I don't like all the 2-on-1 gang ups. Broncos
Make us
and
get it.
Packers. I'm taking the Packers.
Good point.
Argue me that one.
I can't really. I'll take green. I'll take the pack too.
Go Pack, go.
Green Bay at home.
It's in Lambeau.
It
Can't
is
go
at
against
Lambeau. Dolphins versus the Cowboys, and I have to think the Cowboys are the popular favorite here.
C. I'll take Dallas.
I thought you were saying C. This is what I'm thinking, not just
C
Spanish
as in
C.
yes. Spanish.
Go ahead, Connor.
Dallas, definitely.
Dallas.
No surprise.
Cowboys. Giants and the Bucks in what's probably the game of the week.
It's gonna be a matter of which quarterback plays worse, and I'll put some money on I'll put some money on Daniel Jones coming out and outperforming Jameis Winston. I'll say Giants.
I'm going to say the Buccaneers win this for the sole fact of I think Cam Newton's over the hill, but the Buccaneers defended pretty well against the Panthers, I think, last week in order to get the win. Granted, they let Greg Olsen and his old-ass legs have a pretty good game, but I think that the Buccaneers will pull out the win against the G-Men in this one.
I'm going with another down-the-wire matchup, and I'm going to go with the Buccaneers in this one. Daniel Jones experiences some rough patch, and eventually he'll fix it. I think so.
I got faith in the kid from Duke.
Panthers
as well.
and Cardinals. I'm going with the Panthers in this one.
Yeah, I mean, I really wanna progress like the narrative that Kyler Murray's like been kind of getting better as he goes, even though they've lost both games. But towards the end of the game,
Indeed, they have.
he seems to look a little better, but I feel like McCaffrey's gonna run all over him. So
Right.
Carolina.
Carolina. Connor's thinking.
I'm in the process of thinking of this one. This is this is
If
a
all
very
the
tough
games
one
here,
for me.
I didn't think
I know
this
you
one
wanna
was
say
this-
it. I
This
know
is
you
a
wanna
rough
say
one,
it.
and
Just
Jack
say it.
knows it.
Just say it.
But I'm going with Carolina in this game.
Oh, what a cuck.
Blue balled everyone.
My prediction is it will be a tight one, though. McCaffrey and the Panthers get the better hand of them.
Steelers 49ers in a game the Steelers are probably going to lose, in my opinion. So I'm going to go with the 49ers. Jimmy G might have a really good day, I think.
Yeah, I'll take the Niners as well.
The Steelers are 1-5 in the Pacific time zone. I think they stretch out a win in this one.
Oh,
For the third week in a row, I'm going with the Steelers.
he's going to keep going until they prove him right. Because
Until
the
they
week he
prove
doesn't take
me
him, they're going to
right.
finally win. Saints Seahawks. I am going to let you guys go first because I haven't made up my mind yet.
Seahawks.
Without Drew Brees, it'll definitely be an impact on this game when we go with the Seahawks.
The offense is going to take
I
a
think
step back.
Seattle's a tough place to play. They've had a pretty good start to the season. They struggled against Cincinnati, but they pulled out the win. Then they beat the Steelers pretty, I wouldn't say convincingly, but they pulled out a good win at Heinz Field. I think the Seattle Seahawks come out winners here, especially because this game is at home. That leads us to Texans and Chargers.
It's a matter of I don't trust Houston's defense. I think the Chargers are going to have their way with that, but it's a matter of if the Texans can produce as many points. I've got faith in Deshaun Watson, but I'm going to go with the Chargers here.
Chargers, says Jack O'Brien. It's a big one.
Yeah.
It's a big one. This is a tough game to call.
You know what? We
I'm
got to talk.
a
We got to
bit-
take some chances.
I'm a bit confused on how the Texans lit up the Saints and then barely mustered any points against the Jaguars.
Yeah.
That has me kind of iffy. I'm going to take Chargers as well.
I think the Chargers win this game at home. Definitely the surprise.
Jack takes a risk and everyone follows suit, so not even much of a risk from
When
the
you're a
O'Brien
leader,
camp.
you're a leader.
Rams and Browns. I'm taking the Rams in this one. It's in
Rams.
Cleveland, I believe, but I'm still taking the Rams.
I'll say Rams as well.
As much of a Baker guy as I am, he's looked kind of shady. They kept breaking down on Monday just the odd passes he was making, the odd decision making. I'm a big Baker guy. I think there's still maturity he needs to go through, and I don't think the Rams defense is the defense you want to be, testing
Nothing
when
impressive.
you're trying to grow.
Nothing impressive for me came out of Cleveland on Monday night. I'm going to go with the Rams in this game.
And that leads us to another riveting primetime matchup, the Bears and Redskins. Rams-Browns is Sunday night, by the way. Bears-Redskins is the Monday night matchup that you definitely want to end your week of football on. So I look forward to the Bears winning. Final score alert, 17-9.
We're dealing in absolutes now.
17-9. Now I don't need to get that right to get the point, but that's my bold final score prediction. 17-9 in what is a god awful Monday night football game.
I'm going to say the Bears as well, but I'm not going to give a final score because it's not going to be right. Other than the fact that it's going to be 21-14.
21.
No field goals.
14. No field goals.
17.
What about a missed field goal?
Missed
What if
field
it
goals.
ends up
Something
16, they get a
insane.
safety, then they kick a field goal and get 21?
If that happens, I'm still right.
If that happens, you're just
cut out the part where I said no field goals.
Connor, go ahead.
Something like 17-9 really sets
For the
tone.
Bears?
For the Bears.
17-9.
17-9.
Oh, so me and Connor said the same score
Something like that. I could definitely see in a Monday night game and
against
Defense.
that Bears defense.
the Bears defense.
We're gonna do the fantasy player of the week now. Fantasy player to watch. Connor, you were working hard on this, and I don't have mine yet, so you can go right ahead.
So, this week we're gonna look at Amari Cooper against Miami.
Ooh. All right. Well, I've
As Jack mentioned me, Gallup is out.
yes,
So
but
I'm
I've
gonna go
got
with
the
Amari
guy. I've got the guy stepping in for Gallup, Devin Smith. He had a big week last week. Had about 13, 14 points. He's stepping in for Gallup. Dak's been throwing the ball all over the place. I feel like he'll get a couple. He'll get a couple targets. Probably make good use of them against Miami. So I think Devin Smith's gonna be your guy. Pick him up, throw him in your lineup. He'll get you some points. Put him in a flex position. Put him in your wide receiver spot. Whatever you really feel like.
Not as much of a. This is kind of an odd pick because he's done well, but I'm going to say Lamar Jackson for the sole purpose of I think this is going to be a shootout in Kansas City, and I think you definitely want to play him. I might be wrong, but he's had great success against, the Dolphins week 1. Who did they play last week? I can't even remember.
The Ravens.
Yeah. Who did they play last week? They played the Cardinals. So this is I knew it was a team that, doesn't have much going for them, but I think this is a good. This is a good test. You're playing a team that made it to the AFC Championship last year in the Chiefs, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought that might have been
Lost
a
to New
divisional game
England,
somehow.
and-
Yeah, I knew they lost to New England. For some reason, I thought it might be a divisional game. I think you're playing a team that's obviously a big threat. It might be a future playoff matchup if things keep going the way they have been going. I think Lamar Jackson comes out here and he needs to show that he can hang with the big teams too, and I think he can. I think you're going to want to play Lamar Jackson despite me picking the Chiefs in this game. I think Jackson has a terrific game.
I can agree with that.
Agree with that as well.
Anything
agree with
else?
that.
Anything else you want to talk football?
Not much. Just
How about some games of the week here for everybody?
Oh, we didn't do the game of the
Did
week.
not do
Connor,
games
I
of the
knew there
week.
was a segment we missed.
missed one of ours.
I knew there was a segment we missed.
We're usually
We're
so
professional.
organized. This is ridiculous.
I think you're a fool if you're not taking. Well, I would have said Saint Seahawks, but I just remembered Drew Brees is injured. So I guess I can't call anyone a fool but myself because I played myself. And to keep hammering the same points home, Ravens Chiefs game of the week.
I want to go with Atlanta and Indiana. I think that's going to be an interesting
Indiana.
Yeah.
Indiana.
Indiana.
Colts. All right.
Yeah. Indiana's a place.
I'm
It's a
aware
team.
that's the state.
Yeah.
I just never heard anyone call them as the state. That's fine though. Carry on
Atlanta
with your
and
day.
Indiana.
Carry on with your day.
My game of the week has to be the Texans against the Chargers.
Okay, that's a good game. As
Deshaun Watson
you
and
probably
Alvin
heard our
Kamara.
debate about it. Yeah, I agree. Well, To the House episode 3. Keep spreading the word. We're just here picking football, telling you guys to watch. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Take care. No, let's do it all at the same time. You always
Really?
do. Yeah, let's.
Well, no. Okay.
Let's all do our thing on the count of 3.
I think it's
Not
just
go.
wave.
Not go. Let's all do our signature goodbye move on the count of 3. We'll look
Okay.
really in sync.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
That yours and mine is the same thing.
I'm sorry, I got stage
redo
fright.
it. Let me
Okay,
think
fine.
of something else. Just give me like 4 or 5 seconds.
Sorry.
All right, here I got it. Go. Ready? All right.
1, 2, 3.
Great. Now my goodbye is a dab.
Look what you did.